Hi guys, it's Amy with A2Z Stamping, and today I wanted to show you a technique. Well, it's definitely not a new technique. It's really quite an old technique. It's been around for a really long time, but it seems to be coming, I'm starting to see it a lot again, so I thought I'd show those of you who are new, maybe to the stamping world, this technique. It's called I call it the Retiform technique, R-E-T-I-F-O-R-M. That's how I'm pronouncing it. And this is what it looks like. So see how there's different not boxes, but different shapes with different stamps in it. And so I thought I'd show you how I do this technique. And every card will turn out different, but it's really quite fun. And for this one, I'm using the Snowflake Sentiments stamp set because I wanted to do a Christmas card. It says, "May the miracle of Christmas fill your heart with joy." Isn't that pretty? And this is done in Island Indigo, which is kind of different for a Christmas color, but I just thought it turned out really neat with the snowflakes. So anyway, I'll show you how to do this technique. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And, well, I guess you could use any color, but I'm using a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4 because it's going to be my card front on my standard A2 card. And you're going to want a scrap piece of paper. I'm actually using just this scrap piece of cardstock that I have here. And you'll need your ink pad and a sponge color. So I'm going with Island Indigo for this. So I'm going to open that up. And the first thing you want to do is make your sections where your, for each little section. But if you're going to have a sentiment, I usually like to start with my sentiment first, at least figure out where it's going to go. I'm actually going to be putting mine on a label just because I wanted some dimension. But what I always do is I take this sentiment I'm doing, so I'm going to do this one again. And let me grab a block here, and I like to just stamp it onto my card where I want it to go so that I know I leave space for that. So let's see, on this one, let's go about right here again. And since I'm going to be covering mine with a label, I don't totally care how perfectly straight it is, but I want to know where it's at. Okay, so let me grab my scrub, clean that off. Okay, and I'll be using that again in just a second. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're first going to start with where you want your first line. So you just kind of determine, let's see, I'm going to go right here for my first one. And you take your sponge and you just want to sponge pretty dark along that edge, that first edge. Now there's a million different ways to do this. This is how I like to do it. So actually I'm going to grab some paper to go underneath because I don't want to get ink all over my desk. Okay. Okay, and I like to just do a little bit of dark ink around my edges, but I'm going to wait and finish them. This is my first little spot here. And then I kind of like to just cover the whole thing, but I'll finish that in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to go with my next line. Let's see, I think I'm going to go, let's see here, this way. Actually, this way. Okay, for my next one. So again, ink that up. Okay. All right, and my next one, I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Oops, don't move. Guess I need to hold it down. Okay. This one's only going to this spot right here. Let me do my edges. Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna do one like so. And you could do as many as you want. You could do a whole bunch of little small ones or just a couple really big ones. It's really just up to you, okay, how you like it. And you also don't have to fill it in with the color. I just like to do that. I like the way it looks. Okay. Let's go like this right here. Okay, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3. I think I want to do one more. I'm going to go right like this. Okay. And now I'm just going to kind of take my sponge and I just kind of want to put some color. Actually, I'm going to finish my edges. I like to have the dark ink around all my edges. Okay, think the rest of them are good. Okay, then I'm just gonna kind of color in a little bit. I don't want a ton of dark, but there we go. Okay, so you guys see that? Let me move it close. Really cool, right? Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is you are going to do your stamping. So I'm gonna use this snowflake, and these 3 snowflakes. I like to do images. You could really do whatever you want. You could use the same thing over and over again. Let me put these on blocks. It really doesn't matter. 1, 2, and I'm gonna use this guy. And 3, okay. Actually, I don't need a block this big. I'm gonna put it on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this bigger snowflake. 1, 2, 3, I have 6 empty boxes, so I know I'm gonna put it. But here's the part now, I only want my stamp to go in the, we're gonna start with this first triangle. So this is when you grab Post-it notes. These are just some random Post-it notes I have. And you wanna line your Post-it notes up. You could also just hold your scrap paper down again, but I'll show you why the Post-it notes work better. So for this one, this long Post-it is gonna work for me. So I'll put that down. And now I'm gonna stamp. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3, okay? And when I pull this off, see how my images are only in that section. All right, but now let's do this one. And this is where you'll see why I need multiple Post-it notes. So I'm gonna go here to cover this one, but I also want to cover this way, so I need another Post-it. Okay, like that. So in this one, I'm going to do these 3 snowflakes. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm just randomly sticking them on here. Okay, I'll do some right here. All right, so there's that. Okay, and in this middle section, I'm going to do the other snowflake. So let me get this lined up. So there's that. Let's see, I think I can do another long one this way. Come on. This actually is kind of fun. I was working on this earlier and I thought it was fun. Okay. It looks like, let's see, looks like I need one more little piece. Just ignore, I've got some writing on this one, just ignore it. Okay. All right, and this time I'm gonna do my small snowflake. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, peel all these off. And we just keep going like so until we get everything we want. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one with the small snowflakes again. So these guys, I'm going to go 1, 2. Okay. And then this one here, I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do the, which ones am I going to do? I think I'll do these one, this one right here. Okay. And finally, my last little bit here will be this last box. Now you don't have to do the same 3 stamps. That's just coincidentally, that's what my stamp set has. You could do this with 1 stamp. You could do it with 5 stamps. You can make each window a completely different scene. It's really just up to you. What did I just do there? All right, so this one. 1, 2, 3. And okay, and that, there we go. And that is done. Isn't that so pretty? I mean, seriously, isn't that so cool? Okay, so to finish my card, I have some Island Indigo cardstock here, cut it 8.5 by 5.5. Fold that, grab my bone folder. Okay, and I'm gonna mount this right to the front with my snail adhesive. That's the other nice thing with this Retiform technique. You don't have to add a lot of bells and whistles to your card. Kind of speaks for itself. Okay. And then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I used the Everyday Label Punch, and I just punched out that in white, and I'm going to stamp this Miracles of Christmas, or May the Miracle of Christmas Fill Your Heart with Joy one more time. Let's see. May the... Is this the right way? Yep. And let me peel, actually let me clean this stamp off real quick so I can peel this one off. Okay, so I want to just stamp this right at the bottom of my tag. Let me line that up. There, perfect. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do, well, I'm going to stick a couple of dimensionals on the back of this. 1 and 2. Peel these off. This is going to go right here. So I'm just going to cover the one I had. And the last thing I'm going to do is I have some of this silver ribbon here. This is the, what is this? The natural trim. And I'm just going to tie a quick bow with this one. Actually, that's too short. 1, 2. I'm doing the bunny ear method. So one bunny ear under the other one. Pull. Oh, what just happened? I don't even know what just happened there. Okay. Okay, wrap it around. Pull it through. I love this silver natural trim, and I don't ever use it enough. Okay, pull my bow small, how I want it. Pull it nice and tight. I want it pretty small. But I just thought this silver ribbon went with the, well, you'll see. I'm going to add a little bit more sparkle. Okay, I don't need it quite this large. I know, just call me the ribbon waster. I totally am. Oops. 1 and 2. Okay, and I'm going to grab a glue dot. And I'm going to glue dot that right here. And then to finish this off, I'm going to grab some rhinestones because I felt like my snowflakes needed a little bit of bling. And I'm just going to randomly add just a few rhinestones right in the center of these snowflakes. Let's see, let's go 1, 2, 3, and I think I'll add one more right here, and 4. Come on. There we go. And that is my finished card. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And again, here's the one I did earlier. So see how no two are exactly the same? Isn't that so cool though? And it really was quite easy to do, and it's fun. So anyway, I hope you'll try this Retiform technique. And let me see. I want to see your finished projects. Email me, a2zstamping@gmail.com. Anyway, I hope you guys will subscribe to my YouTube channel and find me on Facebook, A2Z Stamping. Thanks, guys. Bye.